Hello everyone. So this is DK. I've been watching some videos online about people, farming Zul Gurub, and I think they're missing out on actually a lot of nodes. So I figured this to make a quick video showing you how you can get more out of your Zul Gurub run. So this one I think probably everyone knows. This is the one in the beginning. You can just loot it without really aggroing anything if you just line of sight the mobs. And the same goes for the second one right here. If you just hug this little pillar, I guess it is, in line of sight the snake, you can just loot it without aggroing. And I think these are the ones that most people are doing. But there's about, I'm currently farming I think about 20 nodes, which I think is more than double probably of what more people are farming right now. So I'll just go quickly over all the spots. For some spots I will not have a video, for others I do, but the pools are generally the same. So up here, it's not spawned this time, but you have two spawns up here. One is the golden sandsam, which is the spawn you actually want, and then there's also dreamfoil, which is the spawn near the bats you won't be able to get. But if the golden sandsam spawns here, you can actually just loot it. If you sap one, and then blind the other, and then gouge, and at the same time click on the herb. So gouge and click at the same time. That should give you the exact amount of time you need to loot it without being interrupted. You'll see it in one of the demonstrations in a little bit. And this is the thing that makes people lose out on a lot of herbs. As a rogue, you can CC any group that's either 2 or 3. So you can actually farm a whole lot more herbs in Zul Gurub than just the herbs at the panther or the tiger or the 2 spawns in the beginning. One note though, you will need to respec for this. You will need the improved gouge. If you do not have improved gouge, then the minion will not be gouged long enough for you to loot the herb and you will be interrupted. I would also recommend getting hit, of course, and I'm running with preparation and improved sap. Mainly because sometimes one of the panthers or the tigers does manage to kick you out of stealth, or one of the snakes. This is actually an important one. The snakes, they tend to cast the poison spit. The thing is though that if you vanish the moment they're casting it, they will continue casting it, and the cast will actually land on you and it will kick you out of stealth. Now if you run far away enough from the mob, so you're no longer in their aggro radius, then when you get kicked out of stealth by the spit, the mob will actually de-aggro. So that's an important one to remember. So yeah, a golden samsam, purple lotus. I think that's the one that spawns in. Oh no, it spawns on the other side. So here's the spawn also. This is the same as the panthers. You kind of just pull them. They will come running up, and you just edge back onto the second layer, where you wait for them to lose combat, and then you just go down and loot the herb. So this is another spot where you can actually get a herb. Let me see. Okay, so the adder spawned. So this is with a lot of these spots that I'm going to show you. It kind of depends on, one, did the herb spawn, and two, if it spawned, did the right group spawn near the herb. So this is a 4 group. It's spiders and snakes that spawn in 4. You can't CC all 4 of them. However, when a raptor spawns, or the panther spawns, you can actually CC them. Then up here, this is the, oh, we got both, it's awesome. We got the little place with the imps. Be mindful of these imps, by the way, especially this patrol right here, because it runs up to the top herb over here. And then you have this patrol right here. I'm actually not gonna distract them now, I'm just gonna let them come back and forth. Or actually I can just distract him over here and then grab the other one. There we go. Let's wait for that one to run away. These two herbs you can actually just get absolutely without doing anything. They're not guarded by any mobs. So you can just grab it, re-stealth. I'm gonna wait for those one to move away from that one and grab that one. And I think most people know about this one. And I think this is actually the ones that most people are farming. The downside is you need to you need to get lucky. You need to get into the right instance that has the proper spawns in order to have a successful run. What I'm trying to show you, or what I'm showing you, is that you don't need a certain spawn to have a successful run. You can have a successful run if you just CC the mobs that are guarding some of these herb patches, and then just loot the herbs. So you're not going to be dependent on spawn points anymore, which really it drives the success rate of your runs up by at least 100%. I think in my first 3 hours, I set a timer. I played for 3 hours and 1 minute, and then I'm also gonna add. There was a lot of waiting there, waiting for my vanish, and then there was also a bit of dying there. Trying to figure out what the spots where I can loot. And I ended up with 10 bloodvine, which I sold for about 640 gold, which is just a little bit more than 200 gold per hour for a solo farm. That's crazy. So yeah, the tigers. I'm gonna play the video now of the tigers. So there's 3 spawns at the tigers. If you do this properly and multiple have spawned, you can actually get 2 in one go. And I really recommend that you do that. So you just wanna click the hoodoo pile. This will aggro most of them. Usually all of them. If not, you can always just blind whatever is left there. And then you just want to run up. And this is the same as with the hoodoo pile if you want to get it. And you just, if you want to get both, you just wait for the tigers to get close to you before you jump onto the ledge and go down for the herb. And then afterwards you just vanish. And if you have a 3 spawn, just use your preparation and get the last one. Also a note of hoodoo piles. I suggest that the moment you have your blood side, don't even bother with them anymore. They're not worth the money. I think maybe you could sell a blood side for maybe 10, 15, maybe 20 gold if you're lucky. And then you're gonna have to wait on the person coming and etc. The dolls don't sell for anything anymore. So I would personally really focus on the herbs, because the blood vines is where the money is at right now. So there's 2 spawns here. One is the sungrass right here, where the 2 serpents are. Now I looted it about 7-8 times I think, and I succeeded in actually looting it once without aggroing them. So I know it's possible. I just haven't been able to recreate it. I would just suggest blinding one and then just gouging the other one and looting it. Also, there's another spawn, and it's on top of this mountain here, which is a mountain silver sage. This is also, by the way, I recommend getting the gloves enchant so you don't fail, because it's a set. If you do fail, you have to reset, you have to wait, and it just slows the run down really. And there's also 2 patrols, by the way. This is one, and there's one here going up the top. Do mind them, because this one is going to go back at some point, and that one also. Well, then there's bats here. Be careful for bats. They detect stealth. Behind in this hut, there's a hoodoo pile, and there's also a herb. You can actually get the herb at the exact same way you can get the hoodoo pile, or you can actually get it the way I've been showing you by sapping one, blinding the other one, and then gouging the 3rd one. And again, this is one of those packs where you just need to have the right spawn. If it spawns with a panther or with a raptor, you're good. You have a tree group there, you can just grab it. Well, then of course you get to the panthers. The panthers, everyone probably knows this one. You can just bug them out. For the top one, you can actually get that one. I will show you in this video, and actually I will show you how to get them both at the same time. All 3 of the 4 spawns actually work the exact same way. You just pull them away, and you vanish, or you pull them away, you go up, you reset them, you jump down, you loot it, and then you either vanish if you're too late, too slow, or you just stealth. But the top one is, it's important that you have both your evasion and your sprint. The thing is, they can't path towards you when you're on the first floor, and if it takes too long for them to find the path towards you, they will reset. You can't jump down earlier. You need to jump down at the stairs in the front, or else you will be pulling all kinds of stuff, and they won't go up far enough. So just pull them, then sprint all the way to the other side. You jump down, you go up, you wait a little bit for them to come, and then eventually and then eventually you just evasion, tank the last ones, and that's that. You loot it. Now, after the tigers, there's going to be about 4 more spawn points, and these are all the spawn points that really depend a little bit on what kind of mobs spawn there. Don't ever go to bats. If it's a raptor or a tiger, or I mean a panther, then you can get the pack. So there's only a few more spawns now outside of this place. With this group, there's a spawn next to it. If it's a group like this, you can get it. There's one next to this one. There's 2 next to these groups here on the hill. I think mountain silversitch in the end, and I believe a sungrass before them. Yeah, and if they spawn, you just need to be the lucky guy. Look, this one is lucky. So the mountain silversitch here has a raptor spawn, which means I can grab it. Well, I have my blind, I have my vanish, so I'm gonna have to wait for this patrol here. I'm not gonna distract them and risk actually them being too close. I'm just gonna wait a little bit. And then you just set one. I think this should be far away, right? You set one. I just blind from stealth. And then and vanish. And I think that leaves I think 1 or 2, one more spot, and that's this one on the hill. And this one also, again, it depends on what spawns there. Serpents or spiders is a no-go. Everything else you can just loot the herb. I think it's a dream foil that spawns over there. And after you've done that, you can just follow this road. And you go through the water fountain.
Not ready yet.
And then you run out. You can just reset, go back in, do this all over again. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope this has shown everyone, well, the extent to which you can actually farm bloodvine in Zul Gurub. I also know that you want to do it fast. I'm pretty sure next week the prices are going to be down a lot, especially since it's so easy for a rogue to farm all these herbs here. Even though probably every caster and their mother wants the bloodvine set. So yeah. So I hope this has been very informative, and I wish you luck on your money grinding. Thank you for watching.